Hi guys, Mel the Train Tutor here again with another project review, and this time I'm joined by Corbin, my son, as it's half term. Now what we're going to be looking at is Gale Force 9's Resin terrain, and specifically their Grand Vestibule and their Crumbling Remnants. Now this is part of Gale Force 9's Battlefield in a Box Gothic range, and I've liked the range for quite a while, but it's the first time I've been able to get my hands on any. So we're going to take a really good look at these today. Now before I go into any major detail, what I'd like to say is just talk about the boxing. Now, as you know, I'm not much for packaging, I'm more interested in what's in the box than the actual box, okay? But I want to give Gale Force 9 a shout out for this today. Because if you look at the box, from the front, as you can see, it's the front of the model. If you spin it round, it's the back of the model. And if you look at the sides, okay, it's the sides of the model. And if you look at the top, it's a top-down view of the model. And I think that's pure genius. That's really clever. For a box product, that lets you see exactly what's in the box. Okay, so let's go cameras down and we'll get the actual terrain.
Okay.
There you go, mate. Here we go, and this is what we're looking at. Now I should say that when it comes packed with polystyrene, so you're not going to get any damage, okay, none whatsoever in transit. I'd be very surprised if these get any damage in transit, okay. And on a plus side, free rocks, guys, you know what I mean. Right, their resin terrain, we've got the Grand Vestibule and the Crumbling Remnants. Okay, now with regards to this circular resin terrain from the Gothic range, okay, there are two main buildings. Now there is another one that's supposed to go with this and another piece that's supposed to go with this, but I could only get these two pieces, okay, so I'm not 100% sure if they're supposed to go together, but I've had a look and it's pretty damn close. Okay, so let's work through, what we're looking at here. Well, first off, the Grand Vestibule, okay, it's a heavy resin piece of terrain, and there's some weight in it. If I was to back Corbin round the head with it, I'd be doing time, you know what I mean? Yeah, it would hurt, mate. It seriously would. Okay, so I like this in terrain. It's a solid bit of terrain. Now, talking about prices, this one's retailing at £30. You can get a little bit cheaper if you look around, and these two pieces are retailing at £18 for the set for both of them. So all in all, you're looking at £48 for the round. Okay, and to be perfectly honest, I'll give you my opinion. I think compared to other resin terrain that's out there, that's a damn good price for what you're getting. Okay, and I know I normally leave my judgments till the end, but on price and on just physically what you're getting for your money in weight and resin and size, I think it's a good piece of terrain. Now, just a couple of details. The diameter, if they're in a circle, okay, is roughly 12 inches across, okay. Maximum height on this one is 10 inches. Maximum height on this one is 7 inches. Okay, now, just to put some scale in, as you can see from, there you go. And if I put those models in, you can see there's plenty of room in there for Terminators. You could even get a Dreadnought in there. It's a big size. There's a doorway here, and that can take a 60mm base easy, no worry. 60mm base won't fit through the doorway, but the balcony will take one. So you're going to be able to get, I would imagine, a squad of 5 sort of on the balcony and a roundabout, if you know what I mean. So size works really well, really well. But let's talk about the model. First off, this is a really good sculpt, guys. The guy who sculpted it, just one second, he's on the box, is I thought it was on Jason Bayaki. Jason, you did an amazing job on this, mate. You really did. It's really beautiful. Okay, straight off, the walls are really nice and they're quite detailed. Okay, along with the columns. It's got sort of a Gothic feel. Now, the windows are obviously curved. Okay, but if you notice on here, it's got the Gothic sort of cut-ins, and that means it's going to tie in well with certain ranges that are already out there. Turning it round, if you actually have a look, the floor is patterned, and it's patterned really well. The second floor and the first floor actually have what looks like a diamond sort of decal cut into the stones. The bottom one has simple stones around the edges, and it works really well. The columns, they have what looks like bullet holes in them. I mean, to be perfectly honest, they could be bolter fire or they could be musket fire. I mean, there's churches round here that have similar holes in from the Civil War. So, you know, it will fit with either a fantasy sort of setting or a futuristic setting. I think it'll look brilliant in a futuristic setting, to be perfectly honest. Now, when it is hand painted, okay, and the reason I can tell this is if you look very carefully, okay, you can see certain just tiny little smudges where, you know, when they've dry brushed it, there's been just a little bit too much paint on there. And to be perfectly honest, that's not a problem. You know, I've had to look quite closely for them and to figure out if it's hand painted or not. Okay, you don't notice it. It's not a poor paint job. Yeah, does it look good, mate?
Yeah.
You like the look, the painting wise, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't tell if it was man-made or machine-made, could you?
Exactly.
Big.
Exactly, mate. So, straight off, it's a whacking great bit of terrain. It's a nice build. It's a nice sculpt. Combined with these, I do really wish I could have picked up the other pieces because I think it would have been awesome, to be perfectly honest. But to give you a bit of scale on this, if I put that Terminator slap bang in the middle, you can see this is going to make one hell of a centerpiece, to be perfectly honest. This is something you're going to battle over. Now, obviously, if you just had one piece, such as this, then it's going to sit on a table at a table side. I quite like the idea of combining it with these other pieces and making a centerpiece. And I think that's what I'm going to do in the future. Now, couple of caveats, and you know me, I am honest as hell. You know, I say it as I see it. What do you call it? Bugbear. Okay, if you actually look at the doors, they're slightly off by a couple of degrees, and I don't think you can see it on the actual video. Yeah, but when I looked at it in close detail, I could actually tell that it was slightly off. Okay, now, is it noticeable? Well, I put it in front of three gamer friends and a normal friend, so to speak, a muggle. And none of them spotted it. I had to point it out to them, to be perfectly honest. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. But, you know, I'm mentioning it because I did notice it. Okay, it took a while to notice it. So like I say, minor bug. I don't think it's going to be a problem whatsoever. This balcony is glued on. Yeah, it's not actually part of the main resin piece. Now, for obvious reasons, yeah, for casting reasons. Okay, it is very sturdy, but I do think if it gets banged, it'll come away. On the plus side, it's resin, so it's going to come away cleanly and you're going to be able to fix it, yeah. But, like I say, I'm just making you aware. If someone breaks the balcony off your model, I mean, you know what you do, don't you, Corb?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, exactly. Don't hit them. Just be angry with them. So, really good bit of terrain. These pieces, really nice. Now, another little bugbear, okay? As you can see, yeah, if these pieces are meant to go together, then there would be a continuation of the floor on this piece, or at least a stub showing where the floor was. Instead, it's flat bricks. Now, I'm a bit sort of OCD on these sort of things, which is why I noticed them. Perfectly honest, yeah, it's not going to be an issue, is it, really? I mean, no. If I touch it up, yeah, I may put something in, I might leave it as it is. But, yeah, be aware that there isn't a piece there for the next floor. Okay, like I say, I don't think you'd be able to balance a model on it anyway, even if there was. On this side, yeah, this isn't high enough for the second floor, for the next floor, so that's not an issue either, to be perfectly honest. And that is genuinely my only bugbears with it. A slightly off door and a bit of floor missing. And to be perfectly honest, if those are my only bugbears, then it's a really good piece of terrain, in all honesty. Now,
there's not much done, is it?
No, there's not much to be done on it at all, mate. Now, what I will say, what is annoying, and this isn't Gale Force 9, this is all the resin scenery makers. Yeah, whenever I'm doing a table or I'm building something with resin scenery, I like to build them on bases and put them in situ rather than just plonk them down. The one thing that's always annoyed me is that you use standard loose rocks for the rubble. Okay, so you've got this situation where you've got this beautiful building with the carved bricks and the columns and the arches, And then as it's fallen down, it's magically turned into rocky rubble with no sign of any carving, of any detail whatsoever. Okay, and this isn't Gale Force 9's fault. It's nothing they've done. But I think what would be really good, yeah, is if you got like with these sort of models, just a small bag of like casted bricks, rubble with the actual style on it, so you can actually, you know, build it on the base and have realistic rubble. In fact, here's a shout out for Gale Force 9, yeah. You obviously have seconds of these, so why not just smash them up, yeah, and throw a handful in a bag in the box with the model. Yeah, so people like me who want to base it up and want to make it more interesting, yeah, can add actual realistic sort of rubble, you know, carved rubble from the building to their bases rather than the standard rocks. Hell, smash the seconds up and sell them. I would buy a bag of broken rubble to go with a piece of scenery, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, I would, wouldn't I?
Yep.
So, brilliant bit of kit. I'm going to go cameras up now. So, you ready to say they are Cub? Say hi.
Hello.
Again? Right, we're back, guys. So, Gale Force 9's Battlefield in a Box, Gothic Range, Grand Vestibule and Crumbling Remnants. Yeah, for both of them you're looking at just under 50 quid. Well worth it. This really gets my seal of approval, guys. It really does. Okay, the few little niggles are not noticeable and not an issue whatsoever. It's a good functional bit of terrain. Okay, you're going to be able to use this in your war games, and as a centerpiece with a bit of work, it's going to look amazing. So I'm definitely going to be doing some work on this. Now here's a question for my guys who are watching. Okay, all you guys, do you want me to do this in a fantasy setting or a futuristic setting? Now, I know you know what I'm asking you and you know what gaming systems I'm asking you, okay? But do you want it fantasy and overgrown and run down, or do you want it Battlefield futuristic type? Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. So that's Battlefield in a Box. Well worth it, guys. Thumbs up from me. In the meantime, I'm going to go entertain the kid and get him fed. You have a great day, and I'll see you soon, yeah? All right, catch you later, guys. Come in and wave properly.
See ya.
See you later, guys. Bye.